Hello, welcome back. Alright, so today we're gonna be doing a melodies tutorial. What the hell is that? Yeah, today we're doing the Boomin Melodies tutorial. Boomin is a very, very good keyword to use nowadays, so I'm gonna keep milking the videos. But anyway, yes, we're just gonna get into that. I'm gonna show you guys how to make easy, nice melodies. And yeah, excuse the disgusting fashion choice that is my crew neck sweatshirt.
No, 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 no.
Yeah. So you know what? We're just gonna go on my computer and get straight into this thing. I'm gonna load up Nexus just because like it has a really nice piano that I like to use all the time. You guys probably already know what it is. It's the Arena Ambience piano. Everybody loves using this. Now, next thing that I want to do is actually open up a sampler channel. So just a blank sampler channel. Basically, I'm just gonna delete all the other ones. And then move this above here. It doesn't really matter. I just do that anyway. But yeah, and now what you're gonna want to do is go ahead and go into the sampler channel. Right click and hit piano roll. Now what you're gonna want to do is click on this stamp tool. And then you're gonna want to look for the scale that Boomin likes to use a lot, and that is, of course, the Phrygian scale. One, if I can find it, here it is. And here's the scale. So I'm just gonna put it on anywhere. Let's put it on G. Let's have G as the root note. So I'm just gonna have every root note be G. There we go. All right. Now that we have, oh, whoops, let me stretch these out actually. All right, now this is what our scale is looking like. This is the Phrygian scale. This is a dark-ish kind of scale that Boomin likes to use a lot. As you can see, there's a lot of dark keys in it. I'm just gonna use it as a reference on how to actually, you know, make melodies with this. Now you're gonna be wondering, okay, so we got the scale. How do I make melodies? Well, I'm glad you asked. So what we're gonna do is now go to the piano roll for the VST that you choose. Nexus obviously is what I chose. So here's the piano roll. Oh wow, my MIDI keyboard's not working. All right, sorry about that. My MIDI keyboard wasn't plugged in. Now it is plugged in. All right, now that we're on the piano roll, now what we're going to do is pick a root beginning note. So I'm gonna choose whatever one that you see highlighted. So I would just choose whatever highlighted note you see, and then, you know what I'm saying, what you're gonna want to do now is not just choose any of the random highlighted ones. I think it's best to, you know, try and stay conservative with your beat, or with your melody, excuse me, and not just go all over the place. So like, if you have to, just sound out every one. So like, this is what I did at the beginning. I would just play one. Every single one at a time until I actually got a sound that I like. So that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna play with. Let's bring these here. Alright, so this is what we got for the melody so far. I just, you know what I'm saying, all I did was lay, what's it called? All I did was sound it out every time I placed the note down. So it's really how I did it. Yeah, and as you can tell, yes, I know this note right here, A, I didn't stay in the scale. The real thing about these scales is that it really just guides of where you want to be in the scale. like if you want to stay on a certain scale, like that's what these are for. You can, which means that you can go out of the scale, and which would just change, which all that would do is just change the scale of the melody. Wouldn't really necessarily mess up your melody. But if you're a beginner and you don't really know what the hell you're doing with melodies, probably best to, you know, stay on the scale. But you know, I would like to say a seasoned vet, you know what I'm saying, in beat making. So I don't really stay or have to stay in one scale all the time. So, you know, there's that. And of course we gotta add some bass notes. We gotta add some bass notes, okay? We want our melody to sound nice, so what we're gonna do, all bass note is just adding notes from within the scale that are an octave lower or multiple octaves lower than your main melody. So I'm just gonna demonstrate right now by just putting some notes down here. Whoops, I don't know why that even stretched out there. Alright, so all I did was add like a few bass notes, like this one right here. This, like these, actually let me just highlight them. All of these right here, obviously there's an octave lower than the actual melody. And you can make them even lower of an octave, so. You can even do it even lower. But yeah, normally going lower doesn't really sound as nice. But you know, if you highlight everything and then make that a lower octave. So yeah, you know, it's better to just shift everything down instead of just the bass line. So now that we got that out of the way, there's this one thing that I like to do with, like, when I have like a really nice advanced melody and it sounds like an actual, like, you know, like a piano score or something like that. What I like to do is mess with the velocity a little bit. So you see these little things right here that look like thermometers. What we're gonna do is highlight all of these, you know, notes, and then what we're gonna do is control each of the, what's it called, velocities. So, or actually, no, let me not highlight all of them, because if I do highlight all of them, then not all of them are going to, they're all gonna, the ones that are the same, like hit at the same time, are gonna activate at the same time, and you're gonna change the velocity of those ones at the same time. You don't wanna do that. So what I like to do is just, if there's a note on top of each other, so like here, A sharp and G, like if I do that, they're just gonna do it the same, or adjust at the same time. So I'm just gonna highlight one, offset that right there, and what I'm going to do, whoops. What I'm gonna do now is just mess with the velocity, so so that it just sounds nice. So I'm just gonna probably speed this up, and then I'll show you guys at the end. Alright, so I'm done messing with the velocity, and I'm gonna play it in a little bit, but all I did was, when I mess with the velocity, all that does really is just make it sound a bit more natural, because, you know, you don't want it to sound like, you know, just like a computer is playing the actual piano. You want it to sound like an actual human being, because it's not, like when a human being actually plays a piano, like I don't care how good they are, they're not gonna hit all of those chords, like all of the notes in a chord at the exact same time. So, you know, messing with the velocity just gives it a bit more of a humanistic feel. But I'm gonna stop talking and actually, let me just change this up. I want this, and I'm gonna play this for you guys. So here's what it sounds like. So yeah, you might not have been able to tell that much, but the velocity, all it does, changes the volume of a note. And as you can tell, some of the notes were playing really hard and some of them were kind of a bit softer and quieter. And that's really all it does. One more thing I like to do with my melodies, there's just like a little trick, you know what I'm saying? I gotta share the sauce with you guys, you know what I'm saying? We gotta share the sauce, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, another trick that I like to do is so we got this top melody. Oh, this is not part of the, is that part of the, yes it is, it's part of the top melody. So I'm just gonna highlight the top melody that we did earlier, and all I'm gonna do now is to spice it up, I like to layer the top melody. So what I'm gonna do is just drag this, since I copied it, drag it up an octave and then drag it back. And then what I'm gonna do now is stretch it out like so. And a lot of the times this helps add like another layer to the melody and make it a little bit more interesting. So we're gonna hear what it sounds like. So yeah, as you can tell, that works. It literally works every time. Like every time it works for me. Like or let's just say 99% of the time, since nothing is ever guaranteed. It works all the time for me. Like even then, I didn't even know it was gonna sound good. But you know, I just got the sauce. I got the magic sauce. You know what I'm saying? But pause. I think that's about it for the melody tutorial. I hope you guys learned something. You know what I'm saying? You could spice it up even more with like, you know, gross beat and like some reverb and filters and all that, but that's just beyond the scope of the tutorial. So I'm gonna end it there, and yeah, see you on the next one.